My name is Dylan, and I have been coming to Grace Point for 9 years now, close to 10. I first met Pastor at a park, a Memorial Day park event. It was a picnic thing, and I was 7 years old, maybe 6, and I apparently thought there was a water balloon fight, and Pastor was my main target. So I went straight for the head. Pastor has impacted my life a lot through the 9 years I've been here, through talking, texting, if I ever have a problem. When I was younger, and I first went to the church for around my 8th, 9th birthday, he took me out to Sacramento Mall and let me pick out anything I wanted, and I thought that was pretty cool because no one outside my family never really done it for me. So I felt good to know that someone was there. Pastor and his wife have been with me through a lot, and I'm glad to know that they're my pastor and I love them. And I would not want any other pastor or pastor's wife.
The Schexnayders have impacted many people's lives in this town, including myself. And I'll never forget, I was going through a hard time in my marriage. We were going through a lot of stuff at the time. My husband lost his job. We had no food, no money, nothing. And out of the goodness of their hearts, they brought us groceries and diapers and everything we needed using their own money. And that's something I'll never forget, and I thank them for that.
I met the Schexnayders 3 years ago when I first started attending GP. My first impression of them was kind of like, wow. I was shocked to know that there was really nice people still in this world, just like they were really kind to us, and I was amazed by them. One thing that I'm never going to forget was when I had tragedy after tragedy after tragedy happen in my family. I will never forget that the Schexnayders were always there for me. They answered my calls to pray with me, to pray for me. No matter what time of the day it was, they were always there for me. When I hit a Great Depression and I did not want to go out, I will never forget Pastor telling me to please go to their house and talk with them. And I said many times I didn't want to, and he just kept asking until I finally gave in, and I can say that was one of the best decisions I made, because talking to them, it was knowing that they cared and they were there to pray for me and with me, with my family. It meant a lot to know that they care, and it's just something that not a lot of people do anymore. A lot of people say they care, but they really show it, and that's one of the things that I love about them.
Thank you, Pastor, for buying me that doll when I was sick. We love you. We love you, Pastor. And thank you for that gift you got me. We love you.
Man, about 7 years ago, went through a really, really tough time. My kids were taken from me, and man, without Grace Point, without Pastor Schexnayder to call and talk to at midnight, things could be a lot different. I definitely wouldn't be here. Probably wouldn't be sober. Probably be in jail right now. And without Pastor and Sister Schexnayder to be the example, for me, the example of a father, of a good husband, and I needed that. I wanted that for myself, and I got me a good one too, wife.
So shortly after I was attending Grace Point on a regular basis, it was a time in my life that I was going through some personal issues in a relationship I was in. And it came to the point where God was really dealing with me, but I was not ready to deal with everything that he was telling me to deal with, and mostly about the relationship I was in. And it came to a point where I actually confided into Pastor about what was going on, and he gave me some good advice and stuff that happened in his life at one point, and Sister Schexnayder gave me some good advice, and so it encouraged me to make the right decision and ended that relationship that I was in for a long period of time. And it wasn't easy for me, but the Schexnayders were always there and encouraging me, giving me positive feedback, some godly advice. And then it came around to Valentine's Day, which was a difficult day for me because it was the first time I was going to be alone on that day. And they came out of the blue and gave me a Valentine's mug that had candy filled in it. And I still have that mug to this day because it really impacted me. I thought, wow, these people do care. And so ever since then, this has been my home church. The Schexnayders have done a whole lot more, but that was the very first time that they really impacted me. And I've always looked at them as an example of what relationship status should be like, and how a husband should be, and how a wife should be. And I wanted that. And so when it came time for me to finally put my life in God's hands and my relationship in God's hands, then it allowed God to bring the right man to me, and now I have this wonderful man, and it's all thanks to my pastor and his wife, basically.